Hello, welcome to BBC World News. Wildfires that have raged for more than a week have now reached a thermal power station on Turkey's Aegean coast. The coal-fired facility was already evacuated and flammable and explosive materials removed in advance. Well, in Greece, a heat wave there is causing severe damage as well, as devastate now reports.
One step closer to safety, seeking refuge from wildfires in Turkey's southwest. Hundreds forced into journeys like this just to stay afloat. Here's the epicenter of concern, a thermal power plant storing thousands of tons of coal. Authorities desperately try to contain it and remove chemicals, coal and other flammable materials. They say its main units are not seriously damaged, despite being part of the worst wildfires in the country's history, according to the president.
As we continue our efforts on the 8th day, for example, today, we have faced a fire in a power plant. Hopefully we will get over this before it spreads there entirely.
There have been dozens of blazes across Turkey's south, many now under control. But some remain heartbreakingly alight.
We are not making a movie here. This is not Hollywood, it is Turkey, and Turkey is burning furiously. As you see, all the crew here are working voluntarily with our own efforts. We are helpless, and there is no one believing us. We are so desperate.
In Greece's Evia Island, in the grip of its own heat wave, more flames tear through a pine forest. With rolling hills and little visibility hampering rescue efforts, it's no surprise over 150 houses are said to have burned, with this monastery surrounded by fire. The northern suburbs of Athens ablaze as the mayor of Olympia calls for help to stop it encroaching on the ancient home of the Olympic Games. There are few homes the fire isn't prepared to enter, with further extreme conditions predicted soon. Devastate, BBC News.
Well, in a moment we'll be live in Greece. First, let's just get you the latest from Antalya in Turkey. Esra Yalçınalp from the BBC Turkish services at a rescue centre there. And temperatures, 45 degrees and no aerial water bombardment planes owned by Turkey. Is that causing a row as well, Esra?
Yes, we are here in municipality of Antalya's crisis disaster coordination center. It's very busy here, and we just interviewed the mayor of Antalya, and he said although the crisis center is working to its maximum, everybody is doing what they can on land, the firefighters are doing their best. It is the 9th day of fires in Antalya, but all they need is planes. He emphasized that all they need is planes because Turkey doesn't have its own planes to put out the fires from above. The fires keep continuing. New fires started occurring today. The ones that started 9 days ago are still continuing. So the mayor called for planes once again. In the crisis center here, the people are taking calls from the citizens who need help regarding house supplies, regarding food, regarding clothes, and they make sure that the donations that come from other citizens reach there safely. But they're also helping the firefighters who are on the ground because they came from many other cities. They did not know that they were going to be here for 9 days. They lacked enough clothes, enough underwear. They cannot go home to shower. So citizens of Istanbul, of Antalya, took those firefighters to their homes. They make sure they watch after themselves, but they need the towels. They need the fresh clothes. So here is where all of these necessities are managed.
All right, Ezra, with the very latest in Antalya, thank you very much indeed. Let's cross live now to Athens to see what the situation is like there. We can speak to Konstantin Mikolos, President of the Athens Chamber of Commerce. Konstantin, good to speak to you. I'm sorry it's in such circumstances. The power, I hear, has been knocked out there, so you're using the battery on your phone. How bad is it?
It's very bad, Tim, and I have to say this time round, because we had a fire manifested 2 days ago in the same area, but these new 3 fire blazes that erupted literally 20 minutes ago must be arsenic. Obviously, this is going to be investigated, but according to my information, there is video footage and photographs showing that in 3 different areas across the forest that I'm in at the moment, at the same time, there was eruption of 3 fire blazes. So situation is dramatic. Fire planes have already started their mission, but it is extremely difficult if you consider that 2 days ago we had exactly the same problems that we're facing today. So far, the assessment as far as damages are concerned in this immediate area of the northern suburb of Athens, here in Varibobi and Krioneri, is 90 homes, 27 businesses and approximately 80 cars. And as I said, the authorities are still continuing to assess the damages.
I spoke to you 3 years ago. I'm not sure if you remember that, in that terrible wildfire with strong winds, which killed, I think in the end, more than 100 people. Have the winds been a decisive factor here, or are they not as bad as 3 years ago?
Well, we haven't had human life lost at the moment, and we hope that this continues right through this ordeal. Back in 2018, as you remember correctly, in Mati, not far away from where I am and not far away from the center of Athens, we had that terrible fire that costed the lives of 104 citizens. As I say, the material damage, because this is not a fire blaze concentrated just in Athens. We have more than 140 fires at the moment throughout Greece. So the material damage is much greater, I would say, than what we had 3 years ago. But let's hope that we are not going to have even one human life lost throughout this ordeal.
Yeah, let's hope that is the case. Just going back to your first answer to me, Konstantin, I mean, you said that the 3 fires that had started in the last couple of days looked as if they were the result of arson. I mean, what percentage do you think of these fires are extreme climate, and what is arson?
Tim, I want to put things right. I referred to the 3 fire blazes that erupted literally 20 minutes ago.
Right.
The ones that started a couple of days ago, it's already been ascertained that it was because of the heat wave and it wasn't down to human factor. I'm referring to the ones that obviously cannot be investigated as yet, because the primary concern is to put out the fire, but the ones that were started in Krioneri, in the northern part of Krioneri, which is in the suburbs of Athens, indicate that it must have been arsenic, because it was 3 different spots at the same time in the same area. So, as I say, this will be investigated. The only worry is that so far, throughout this fire ordeal in the last 3 days, the winds have been extremely low. The problem is that the weather reports indicate that as of late tonight, we're going to have stronger winds that are going to be building up throughout the weekend. And that is, of course, of tremendous concern if the fires persist.
OK, Konstantin Mikolos, look after yourself. Thank you very much indeed for joining us on BBC News.
Thank you very much, Tim. Thank you.